Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. My name's Adam. So this is going to be episode 116 for Saturday night special. All right, this week I got a couple more new tools that's come in. Some stuff that I bought for the shop here, some eBay purchases, some good stuff, and I've also got some more viewer mail. I had quite a bit last week that I didn't get to, and I'm going to try to get to some more of it this week. I may not get to it all, but we're going to try to do what we can and get through most of it. And one of them is actually, I don't say one of them, they're all pretty cool. One of them is really unique in its own way, and I'm really excited to share that with you. So we're going to get to those. And by the way, I want to point out this is the first episode with the brand new Hero 4 camera that was donated by Mark up in Michigan. So again, thank you very much, Mark, for your contribution here to the channel. It was really cool, and I've already started getting some video down here on the machines with the new camera, with the mic set up. So hopefully now we're back to our premium audio and you guys can hear me a lot better, and you're not going to be hearing all that machine noise whenever I'm filming over on the mill or the lathe or something like that. So I really appreciate that, Mark. You're awesome, man. But yeah, we got some viewer mail we'll get to. We're going to go ahead and throw in a couple more of our photo challenge entries. I still got several to go through, so we'll grab a couple of those out of the file and share that with you. And as far as what I'm going to put in this episode, all right, we're going to take a break on the hydraulic cylinders this week, and appreciate everybody's interest there. That was really cool. Everybody's really throwing down some nice comments about that, and I really appreciated seeing that. I just got my hands on the new seals, so I haven't had time to put them back together yet, but I have some other footage that I want to share with you, and I think you guys will enjoy it. It's going to be a little bit of a collaboration with some other guys, and some footage that I personally took a few weeks ago, and I've been waiting to share it. So I finally got everything together, and we're going to throw all that together in this episode. I do have a little bit of a barbecue shot for you from last weekend. Not necessarily barbecue, but some seafood. So we'll throw that in there, and I don't know, we're gonna hopefully make a nice episode out of it, and I hope you guys enjoy. So there'll be another episode of the K&T parking attachment coming up after this S&S. We've got it ready, so I hope you guys enjoy that. We're gonna be back over here on the mill doing some milling, that a type of cutting that I haven't shown yet here in the shop. So I think you guys will enjoy it. And we got one more week. About a week from now, I'm going to be headed up to Zanesville, Ohio for John Saunders' open house there at his new shop. And there's been a lot of comments being left that some of you guys are attending, and I look forward to meet all you guys. I'm going to take my camera with me, and hopefully we'll get some good footage of the event, and I'll be able to share it right here on my channel too. Okay, so I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a nice little break. I took a couple of days off work, and I just look forward to getting out of town and meeting some people and being in a different location. So let's go ahead and get some of our stuff right here. I got some tools I'm going to share with you, and we'll open up some viewer mail. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the tools that I got this week. This is some eBay purchases right here. First one is a brand new 1-inch staggered tooth side milling cutter. Brand new in the box from Standard Tool Company. Still got the original paper on it. Kind of stuck to it right there, but a beautiful cutter that I got for a really good price. And whenever I was cleaning up all my milling cutters, I noticed that I didn't have a 1-inch staggered tooth. So I've just been looking at milling cutters in general on eBay and just picking out a few here and there that I need. And this one right here, they had make an offer on it, and I believe they were asking like $60 for it, and I made them an offer of $30, and they counter offered at $45, but we settled at $40. So I got this one for $40 right here. I did have to pay shipping, so it come out to be like $50, you know, for a nice brand new 1-inch staggered tooth milling cutter. So that'll be a nice addition to our stash already down there that we've been building up. All right, the next one right here, this is a Morse taper adapter, 50 taper holder that I bought, and this one just come in today. This will go into the spindle there, and I can put any kind of Morse taper shank tool, like say here's a drill. If I wanted to use this drill, I could stick that in there and use it that way. Reamers or whatever, you know. I did mess up though. I didn't notice how small the threaded hole was on the back. That looks like a 3/4 tin, and I don't know why they got it that small, but the tang slot is pretty far to the back here. So I'm wondering if it would hurt anything if I just chuck this thing up in the lathe and go in there and actually drill and tap this to 1" 8, because that's the size draw bolt that I have on here is a 1" 8, and that's standard for a 50 taper tool. So I'm not sure exactly why this one's made this way. I just overlooked it. But I did get it for a good price off of eBay right here. I believe I made an offer on it, and $35. So that's what I paid for that. 35 bucks. I had to pay $11 flat rate shipping. But that's a pretty good tool, and this I've already got a use planned for this right here. So all right, the last one, you guys, if you pay attention to my videos, you've probably seen me use this tool right here. This is my personal face grooving tool that I bought last year whenever I was working on the rotary welding table right there. Whenever I was machining the shaft for it, I bought this so that I could go in there and basically counterbore it and machine it out for a thrust bearing to sit up inside there and be hidden. That's what that everything's sitting on, is a thrust bearing. So that is the one and only insert that I've ever had for that, and I've never had to change that. It's still the same tip. You guys seen me use it on a couple jobs, tree panning that sprocket here recently. So I found a few more inserts, which is that guy right there. Found a few of those on eBay, and let's see, here's the other one. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There was a total of 7 of them, so they were just loose. And these are a little bit wider than the one that I've already got on here. Let me see. So that one's basically 1/4 inch. And that one's around 156. So, no, I'm fine. I got them for 30 bucks though. And that was a good buy. Those are $20 to $25 inserts right there. So I just picked up some because they were cheap and I won the bid. So now I've got a few extra and 2 different sizes, which makes it pretty cool. All right. So that's my latest tool purchases for the shop. I don't think I have anything else coming right now, but I always enjoy sharing it with you whenever I get it, and I'll let you know when I do get some more stuff. We'll go ahead and we'll get some viewer mail now. All right, so our first viewer mail this week. This actually isn't viewer mail. This is actually going to be a trade item, and this is from Cody Raspberry, and Cody is from Avent, Oklahoma, and Cody's pretty active on the Facebook channel, and he's always active and posting comments, and he really enjoys the machining crowd and watching all the videos, and he wrote me a really nice letter right here. And even though he works for his parents' construction company, he does a lot of work for his parents, driving semi trucks and doing repairs, whether it be machining, welding, wrenching, that kind of stuff. But he tells me in his letter right here that after watching the videos, he realized that that's what he wants to do. He wants to be a machinist. He really loves the trade and he wants to get into it. So he was able to acquire a LeBlanc lathe and a Bridgeport mill, and now he has those, and he's been building up a small collection of machinist tools, and he's also enrolled in a local college. He's taking his very first course in machining, and as soon as that one's finished, he's looking forward to entering the next phase of the machine shop classes there. So he sounds really excited about that, and he's hoping that eventually he can land him a job in a shop kind of like mine, a job shop, or maybe somebody that works with repair work or do job shop type of applications. So that's really cool. He had messaged me and said that he had this, and this is a Desmond. It's a nib holder for a grinder. So you put your nib in here, and you can suck this down to your magnetic chuck on your surface grinder or wherever you need to, and you can dress your wheels with it. So he had messaged me because I mentioned something about making one for the surface grinder over there, and he said he had this, he didn't need it, and was wondering if I'd be willing to do a trade with him. So I said absolutely, send it on. So Cody, I haven't found any tools for you yet, but I got some here for you. So I'm going to gather up some things, and I'll get them sent your way pretty soon. And I hope you enjoy them, okay? I've got a list here. He kind of tells me the things that he's got and the stuff that he needs and things that he would like to have. So I'll gather up some stuff and send it your way, man. So really appreciate that, and that'll be useful around here, man. By the way, I've already got the diamond nib. It's over there on the surface grinder. We just needed something to hold it with. All right, so our next gift right here, got a brand new tomahawk chipping hammer and 3 pieces of soapstone. This was sent by my friend Jeff Bernstein. He's sent stuff into the channel before, a couple of gifts, and he wanted to contribute after watching recently where I was welding on the parking attachment. He said that he wanted to contribute to the welding aspect of the shop here. And this is one that he personally used to use. I mean, this one's brand new, but this was one of his favorite chipping hammers. And you can see there, Atlas Tomahawk. But it's his favorite style, and he did use the regular chipping hammer style too, but he wanted to send me one. So I really appreciate that, Jeff. And by the way, as a reminder, Jeff is a cancer survivor, and he's been battling it for 5 years now, but he's been surviving it for 5 years. And he says that I'm 68 and I'm a tough old bird and kicking cancer's ass for almost 5 years. So you go, Jeff, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you taking the time to write a nice letter like that, and the gifts right here. We'll definitely start using these in the future whenever I do some stick welding. I needed a nice chipping hammer, and I've never had this style, so we'll start using it. I'm sure I'll like it. And he also really appreciates the new parking attachment series, and he thinks it's going to be killer. So thank you very much, Jeff. So up next, this is the viewer mail that I told you is kind of unique in its own way, and I'm excited to share it with you. But first, I want to read you part of the letter. So this was sent in by Eric Redmond, and he's from Eugene, Oregon. He was from Tennessee last year, but he just recently moved to Oregon. So I'll read you a part of his letter right here. Enclosed is some of my homemade barbecue sauce and a few hot sauces from Oregon. I just moved to Oregon last year from Tennessee, where I had a barbecue competition team. The sweet sauce is what we used in the competition, and a few years ago won first place at the Music City barbecue competition in ribs with that sauce on them. I know that you like spicy things, however, so I included my hot barbecue sauce as well. It is my favorite, actually. I hope you like the custom A-bomb labels. The other 2 sauces are just hot sauce from Oregon. Take it easy on the hot chili oil as it packs a punch. Be sure to stir it before you use it as a separate. Thanks again for the videos, and keep up the good work. And great to see somebody my age keeping a trade going and spreading it with the many other people. And by the way, he says that he loves the S&S series, and he loves seeing all the tools that come in, and he really appreciates the videos there. So let's check out this barbecue sauce, shall we? So we got 2 kinds. So we got Blacktop Barbecue. A-bomb brings the heat. This is the hot and spicy one, and he's got some stuff right here, and I'll read you what he says. You better bring your biggest and best tolerance for heat to eat this sauce. A-Bomb doesn't do anything small, and this sauce is hot enough to match any project he does. He makes hot chips, and this is hot sauce. So there's our hot A-Bomb barbecue sauce, and there's 2 of those. And then we've got the sweet blacktop barbecue big bomb sweet side. Rich, sweet, and tangy. All right, let me tell you what it says here. We all know that even A-Bomb has to have a sweet side. If not him, then a beautiful lady by his side. This sauce is sweet and full of flavor, sure to please even the A-Bomb himself. So there's our sweet barbecue sauce. We've got 2 of those. And I'm looking forward to trying that stuff out. So here's our Oregon goodies. This is called Hot Winter Hot Sauce from Oregon. And then we have hot chili oil. That's also made in Oregon. Very cool stuff. So we have our official A-Bomb barbecue. And Eric, you outdid yourself on this, man. That's really cool. And I'm sure that it tastes great. You know, it's hard to go wrong with barbecue sauce, but I am looking forward to trying this. So I'm gonna do some barbecue. Probably this weekend I'll do a little bit of barbecue, and I'll try some of this stuff out and see what we think. I really appreciate it, man. This is really awesome, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and do our photo entries for this week. So our very first entry right here, this is John Garrettson, and I'll read you his email here. Hey Adam, this is me, John Garrettson, with my Miata in front of the Montauk, Long Island, New York lighthouse with A-Bomb logo in hand. It was the first lighthouse in New York State, the first federal public works project in America authorized by the Second Continental Congress led by George Washington, and the 4th oldest lighthouse in the country. It stands 110 feet 6 inches tall, has 4-foot thick stone walls, and is today fully functional, although completely automatic. It is at the extreme end of the South Fork of eastern Long Island in the town of East Hampton, where I live. Keith Fenner is just across Block Island Sound in Cape Cod. And he's seen all the videos and enjoys every single one of them and says keep them coming. So John, cool picture, great history right there of an iconic location. Thank you for taking the time to take the picture and send it to me. I appreciate it, man. All right, so our second entry, these pictures were sent in by John Clark. He's been a long-time viewer of the channel, and also he posts a lot over on the Facebook pages, and he's always been a good supporter of the channel. And he says 20 miles south of Glasgow, Scotland, in a town called Lesmahago, maybe that's how you say it. And he says there'll always be a warm welcome there for me. But this is a picture of he and his dad. They're into farming, and we got a picture right there also of his fleet. And he says the older tractors you see in the picture he's restored himself, and a lot of what he has learned with his restorations he's actually taken from the YouTube videos that he's watched from me and all the other guys out there doing the YouTube videos. So he lost his dad July 2014, so really not too long after I had lost my dad. He lost his dad battled cancer for 16 years, but his dad was a big part of his life, just like mine was, and he learned a lot and became the person that he is because of his dad. But very cool pictures there that John sent in of his equipment, and he and his dad there. So John, I really appreciate you taking the time to send me these pictures, and it's always great hearing from you, okay? I'm expecting a guest here in just a little bit. My friend Dale Derry from Atlanta. He's also known on YouTube as Metal Tips and Tricks. So we've got a YouTube channel. and he's been on one of my videos before where I'm seeing him up at Moultrie. But anyway, he's about to stop by here. He's actually delivering something that me and him's doing a trade on, and I'll get a little bit of video on it, and probably hang around in the shop, do a little bit of trading, because actually I've got to find some stuff to give him, because the stuff that I'm getting from him is a pretty high value equipment, so I got to find some goodies for him. But anyway, I figured since he's coming down, I had the day off and I've been doing some stuff out here in the shop, I treat him a little bit of barbecue. So I put a slab of ribs on earlier today about 2 o'clock. So they've been on here, let's see, it's 5:45, so it's getting close to 4 hours that they've been on here, just slow cooking. We got some broccoli on now. I always like grilled broccoli. So, and we're using some of the now world famous barbecue sauce from Terry that he had given me, some of his homemade sauce. So we got that on there, and just waiting on the broccoli to kind of finish getting hot. So give him a little bit of barbecue. I think he'll enjoy that, and we're going to hang out a little bit tonight and see what we can get into. Probably tomorrow morning I'm gonna take him down to the to my flea market. So Dale made it. He made it down from Atlanta, and this is what he brought me. This is a Donaldson Fume extractor that he acquired sometime last year. It was last year, and he told me about it. So me and him struck up a deal, and I told him that I wanted to make a good addition to the shop here. So he's been saving it for me, and he decided to come on down this weekend and bring it to me.
Well, really what happened, he promised me barbecue.
I did.
That's why I'm here. It's all about the barbecue. Who cares about the machine? It was part of the trade, and also some other great deals in the trade that were wonderful. Also, what we had to do is, when I got this, I actually got 2 of them. The joint in here was broken, so I had to get it welded up. And Jim over at Do Right, I keep messing it up.
Do Right Fab?
Do Right Fab, thanks. Sorry, Jim. At Do Right Fab, welded it up. And I gotta say, Jim rocks it when he welds. And so what we did is we put together a video for you guys so you can see the whole process, because it's not just welding up an aluminum part, it's actually cast aluminum. And cast aluminum, let's just say, has a lot of challenges to it because of its impurities, and it takes an expert welder, skills that I don't have. Jim definitely does. So, shall we take a look at this video?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Cool.
We'll go ahead and play that now, and you can see the repair process that it takes to repair that joint there.
Hi, my name's Dale, and welcome to Metal Tips and Tricks. I want to talk to you about welding aluminum today and how easy it is to get it done. Now, I've got a Fume extractor back here. I've actually got 2 of them, and I'm sending one down to Adam Booth, but before I can do that, I need to fix something. There's an elbow right here where it broke, and this is a part that is cast aluminum. And aluminum itself has its challenges. For one, it has an oxide layer on it that melts at a lot higher temperature than the base metal. The other problem with this is it's cast aluminum, and that means there's different types of particulates in the aluminum casting itself that bubble to the surface and cause inclusions in your welding, which means it could crack and break at another time. So these things all have to be taken in consideration. So in order for me to weld this I'm incorporating the help of my friend Jim Bollinger. Jim has a YouTube channel called Do Right Fabrication, and on his channel he works in metal, of course. He welds it, he machines it, whatever it takes to get something built, Jim can do it. He is such a good welder. He's one of the teachers for Lincoln, you know, the great red welding machines. So I've incorporated him to actually weld this up because it's well past my ability. I don't even have a machine here in the shop that can weld aluminum. So I'm gonna toss this down to Jim. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. He's down in Florida, about the mid area of the state. So it's quite a toss for me to get that there, but I'm sure he can make it. Hey Jim, you ready for the part? Somebody's welding in your shop. I don't know who it is, but get ready. Here it comes.
What the?
Sorry, Jim. I didn't realize it was you welding. Apologies. All right, I'll make this one really easy. I know it's coming
What?
all the way to Florida, but I'm sure you can catch it.
Really?
Underhand, easy. Here we go.
That's the best you got? My wife can throw better than that.
All right, you guys, I'm turning this all over to Jim. Let's go to him down in Florida and you can see what's happening.
All right, so I got my workbench cleaned off from everything I was working on when Dale beamed a few parts at me, and I had a few minutes to check them out and look at them. It's cast aluminum. Dale was right about that. It is weldable. I think we can weld it up. I think we can fix it, no problem. Cast aluminum gives us a lot of challenges. Here's one of the major challenges. We don't know what it is. We don't know what the alloy is. We don't know how much aluminum is in it, how much copper, how much silica, how much of any of the other alloys that they take to make this. We don't know how much it is, so we don't know what filler metal to use. I'm gonna tell you that for most cast aluminum pieces, 4043 filler is probably gonna be your number one choice. Second behind that would probably be 5356. But my number one choice would be the 4043 because it has a higher silica count, and that helps wet it in and wash in a little bit and give you a little bit smoother appearance in your weld. One of the other challenges of cast is a little bit like a sponge. It's probably truly more like it's a crystalline structure that has holes in it like a sponge, and in those holes a lot of times are impurities. And those impurities tend to float out once we liquefy the metal while we're welding it. And the problem with that is it gets all over the surface of our weld and in our weld, and it looks like crap. Nobody likes to weld cast. I mean, it is what it is. Even if we clean it, we can clean it with all clean, we can clean it with acetone, we can clean it with a commercially available aluminum cleaning product. With a stainless steel wire brush, we can wire brush it, we can clean it with non-chlorinated brake cleaner. We can use a whole series of things to make sure it's super clean, and as soon as we weld it, we get junk in it. There's nothing we can do about it. The way I've always treated it and the way many other welders that I know treat it is if you weld it, you know it was clean and it's got junk in it, just grind it out and re-weld it. By grinding it out, we mechanically are removing those impurities, and hopefully we're back to good metal because we've liquefied it and we've allowed it to float out. Now we'll come back and weld it again. I have had to do it as many as 4 times because of just really, really bad junky cast metal that needed to be welded. And about the 4th time I did it, it was jam up. Most of the time you really only have to do it once, but every now and then that does happen. Because of that crystalline structure of cast material, when it breaks, it's kind of makes like a puzzle piece. So when you put it back together, it'll just line right back up, just as nice as can be, and show us where it went. But we're gonna have to take this really thick piece of material and we're gonna have to cut a very deep V in it so that we can get heat all the way to the center of this material so we have a through and through weld to make it strong or back to like it was when it was a new part. The trouble with doing that is we cut all the ends off our puzzle pieces, so we don't know exactly where it lines up anymore. So I was thinking about it. Here's what I think I'm gonna do. I just got a dropped off piece of 11 gauge steel and a couple other drops that came off my bandsaw over there. And I'm gonna weld this to here, and I'm gonna do it in an inconspicuous area so I can cut it back off and reuse this drop again. I'm not cheap, I'm thrifty. We can take this piece and it'll sit right about there. Another little drop of angle iron. We can bore a hole for this center hole right here, bore a hole in this piece of angle and bolt it up. Once we make this fixture, then we'll grind it, because we can use this as it sits right now to get everything lined up true like it was before it got broken. Once we grind it, then we can bolt everything back in place and we know exactly where everything has to fit. All right, so it took a couple minutes to get the welder set up, put my safety gear on. I'm not gonna gear up in a leather jacket, we're just doing a bunch of tack welds. I've got everything covered up with the long sleeve shirt. Let's start off by tacking this piece down to the workbench. Okay, so I went over and I just bored a 3/8 hole through here and put a 3/8 bolt and nut. And what I'm gonna do is get this all set up so that it locates nice and square and true. And real quick, like, I'm gonna throw a weld on it. Now, I've got everything in place. I'm gonna take a Sharpie marker. I'm going to put a couple indexing marks there, here, here. That way when I put it back in there, I'll get it right back in the same orientation. Now that I've gotten everything jigged up, I can take it apart, I can put the rotary file on it and start shaping all the parts. Right now I'm going to take a Sharpie marker. I want to mark all of the areas that I want to V out. I want to make a nice V'd area. Pull our piece off the bottom. We're going to take the die grinder with a rotary burr in it. We're going to open this up. What I like to do, take a little kerosene. This is kerosene that I use when I'm machining aluminum. And I coat the rotary burr. What that does is help keep the aluminum from building up inside the burr. We've got it back in the fixture. Our index marks are lined up. It's bolted securely here in the fixture. Everything's lined up where it should live. With that rotary burr, I open this up nice and deep. Gonna be able to get in there real deep with the machine penetrate almost all the way to the root of the weld, giving us very close to a full thickness weld. For filler metal, we're gonna use 40-43 filler. I've showed you this trick before in some of my other videos. Take a full length rod, I like to cut them in half, especially when we're doing little uptight work. What I'm gonna do is take the machine, put some tack welds all the way around it. That'll do a couple of things. Number one, it'll show me how this material is gonna respond to the filler metal that I'm using. And once I get it tacked up at a bunch of places, I'll be able to take it out of the fixture, set it here on the workbench, and move it into positions where it's a lot easier to weld than kind of sideways or upside down. The machine is set to about 190 amps. We're about 75% unbalanced, but we're gonna weld with a really low frequency. Welding with a lower frequency on cast sometimes tends to not disturb the impurities as much. I guess that's the best way I can explain it, and keep them down in the material. So we're gonna be welding right now. We're gonna try about 40 to 50 amps. I've got it set on 40. We're gonna give it a try. If I like it, we'll keep welding. If not, we'll jump back in here and turn the frequency up to around 50. Okay, good news. It looks like it welded fairly well. Next step for us is going to be to take a grinder and or a rotary burr, and we're going to take a good portion of that weld back out. We'll probably do it one side at a time so that it stays located and we don't take a chance of grinding all the weld back out of it and taking it off. We'll come back in and re-weld it one more time. This time, hopefully, a lot of the impurities are gone. They're out of there. But I'd still like to grind it out and then re-weld it because it's a very small part. It's not going to take very long to re-weld it. All right, so we got it done. Put a little bit of extra material, a little extra reinforcement in there for Dale to be able to machine back out. That way he's got plenty to do what he wants to do. This sucker is really, really hot. So I'm going to pitch it to Dale and see if he can grab it. Before I do that, hey bud, here's a new pair of gloves for you. You're going to need them.
Yeah. Nice throw, Jim. You got quite an arm there. Let me get on these Lincoln electric welding gloves. Kind of sounds like a commercial. They're actually really nice. This is a great, I'll call it a gift for now because you're not going to get them back. All right.
All right, Dale, you ready? Catch it like it's hot, because it is.
Nice throw. Ouch. Still hot, still hot. Look at that weld reinforcement. That looks fantastic. Jim, thanks again so much. Now I'm going to take it over to the mill, get this thing finished up. Well, there we go. The part is now been welded, it's been machined, and it looks perfect. I think it's actually stronger than the original. And now all I have to do is just fit this all back together to get it to look like that machine back there. Jim, you did an excellent job of welding. Thanks. All right, guys, until next time, go out in your shop and build something cool. Thanks.
So that's a little clip that Dale and Jim made of the repair, fixing this piece right here, and thank you very much, Jim, for being involved with that. It was a surprise to me. I didn't realize you guys had collaborated on this. You and Dale, pretty cool. But this is a really nice unit, and it's going to serve me well here in the shop because I have an air conditioning shop, and you've seen in the past videos that I do a little bit of welding. You know, it does kind of smoke it up in here. And it's not safe anyway to weld that way. So this is going to be great. It is. You want to talk a little about this?
So on a system like this, it's really about the filter system. And the filters are really expensive, and they have to be maintained. And what they do with a system like this is they put in a way that it cleans it. So in the back, you put in an air hose, and there's a tank that fills up. And when you hit one of these buttons, they're coordinated to the exact filters here. And you hit that button, and it dumps 90 psi instantly into these filters and cleans it. And then down here, it drops it right into a drawer so you can empty it out later. So it's all designed to be used in a very efficient way. It also has a filter gauge here, so if the needle starts going too close to the red, I think it is, I hope it'll be red, you know that you need to clean the filters, but you don't have to do it that often. I've got this identical machine, and in a year I've never cleaned it, so I probably should do it. Great thing about these, they have an articulate.
You should do a little more welding.
I should maybe do a little more welding. I'd like to actually do welding videos, but you guys seem to like the machining videos on my channel, so I'm going to stick to that for a little bit, but I have been working on some welding videos. So these are really easy to work. You've got a handle here that you can pull out, position it where you need it, and then the switch is right here. Starts it up, and also there's a light in it. And it's kind of funny, when you're welding, especially in dark areas, that little extra light is a lifesaver. So it's one of my features. Actually on mine, I wired an additional switch in it just for the light, so it's always on in the corner of my shop when I'm welding, so I can actually see in that corner. So it's a fantastic machine. I know, Adam, you are going to love this thing.
Oh, I'm gonna.
It is a game changer for sure. I mean, just have clean air, you know, so you can see the other end of the shop after you're done welding.
That's right.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be great because you know when I do my welding in here, especially in the summertime, I like keeping the air conditioner on.
Yeah.
Keeping the humidity under control, and when it's in the summertime, if I have to open this door, all that humidity just dumps into this shop, and I just hate doing that. So when I've had to do a little bit of welding, you know, I just know that smoke's going to get up in there, it's going to smoke the shop up. So I'm really looking forward to having this here ready to go, so when I got some welding jobs, I can turn that sucker on. And it's not sucking the air out of the shop, you know, it's just filtering it and just blowing it right back out there.
And for you guys that want to talk about the filters, look up the price of these filters. I guarantee you will be shocked, okay? You know, they're more than a car payment for these filters a piece. So I think you'll appreciate, and I know Adam will. These filters are practically brand new, so
yeah, they're clean. We pulled one of them out of there, and they look brand new. So I think we're getting a really good deal.
Oh yeah,
out of this.
Well, my wife is getting a new toolbox.
She is. She had her sights on the Gerstner, the Gerstner toolbox that I had picked up, and she made claim to it.
That was last fall, yeah.
Yeah, she made claim to it instantly and said, "I want that toolbox."
Well, I don't know if you guys know that my family jokes. I don't own any like Kennedy or Gerstner toolboxes because my wife sees them, loves them, and takes them from me. And she claims them. She gets to have them, and I have to go, okay. So,
he gets stuck with the Harbor Freight toolbox.
Yeah, I have the Harbor Freight stuff. But if that's what it takes to make my wife happy, I'm game for it. So
she lets you have the machine shop, though.
I get to have a machine shop. So that's the cool thing. And whenever she talks about my machine shop costing money, I promise you, her shoes and handbags cost more than my machine shop.
I would imagine so. Well, this is going to be a good trade between me and Dale. We've got to do a little more discussion on what we're going to be trading up, but we're going to handle that. But he's giving me a really good deal on this, and it's going to be a great addition to the shop here. So I'm excited about that. I appreciate you bringing it down here, man.
Definitely, barbecue was great tonight, by the way.
It did turn out pretty good, man.
It rocked.
I cooked them some ribs, which I showed you earlier, and I think they turned out pretty good.
Yeah, no, they weren't damn good. I may have to stay a little longer.
Yeah, so there's a few more. There's a few more left out there in the pan, so maybe we can have seconds a little bit.
Excellent.
So, all right, man. Well, I guess we're gonna sign off from here. I appreciate you coming down here and seeing me and bringing it to me.
Definitely,
So,
definitely.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Take care.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and test this new machine out, and we're gonna make a couple of welds. And I told Dale we're gonna use a stick welder.
Well, it's great. Of course, what's great about stick welders, it smokes a lot, and I thought it'd be fun to challenge Adam to see who can do the best bead. And it's been a while since I've been on a stick, so well, let's just find out what happens. What do you say?
Let's try it, man.
Excellent.
All
You're
right.
up first. I want you to warm the machine up.
All right, we'll get her warmed up. It's just an old plate that we run lots of beads on around here whenever our brother's here playing around and practicing and stuff, so we're just going to run a couple on the other side. And of course, we'll let you see as we do it. So.
And what he's saying is it's not a clean plate.
No.
It's got some extra rust, so it'll make it more of a challenge.
Yeah. Does that look like it's in a good spot for it?
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out on video anyway.
All right, here we go. You guys didn't get to see it, but Adam held a very tight part, very little manipulation, a lot less manipulation than I do. So we're going to find out. Don't we take your gloves?
Oh, yeah. You want to use that helmet there?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Get some of it. Oh, it's going to the other side. I noticed that you use a little bit more. You use a little bit more gap, I believe. A little more gap.
Yeah, I'm a little sloppier on it. You got a chipping hammer?
Yeah, down there somewhere.
Well, I was going to say, I don't have the penetration.
Hey, I had it on the same setting.
No, I'm saying it's my fault. Wire brush?
Underneath you there. Should be one down there somewhere. Alright, so there's mine and there's Dale's.
So I'm giving it to Adam. Definitely. I got a little undercut there, just not the consistency. Yep, I think you guys will agree. Adam wins that one.
Well, it was fun. We're just testing out the machine there, so I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna have to kind of play with it, but it might even be better right there, just above. Just the smoke. I noticed the smoke was coming up this way. So some of it was going that way, and some of it was going over.
Well, you'll also find out, so this has an exhaust fan right here.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of volume coming out. And I found on my machine that it will cause eddies and problems, especially when I'm TIG welding. I have to be careful where that's pointed. So
Yeah, that air is blowing out, so it's catching some of that fumes and blowing it over that way.
yeah. But the great thing is,
Turn that noise thing off.
we don't have smoke in the room.
Right.
That's the,
And it's filtered.
yes.
It filters it out.
Yeah.
I'm very happy. I'm gonna be glad to have that thing set up. So I'm looking forward to getting it kind of positioned in here in a permanent location, and when I'm ready to do some welding. But we're gonna be using it here pretty soon. I've got the parking attachment that I'm working on,
Yeah.
and I got a lot of welding to do on that. So we might do a little bit of stick welding on that just to get to use the machine there, man.
Yeah, it's a good, you'll love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it. So Dale got his goodies too. We made some trades on some goodies, and
I know we probably spent about 3 hours trading, so I think we're both happy.
Yeah.
I know I am, so
when we both go away happy, it's a good deal.
That's always the good deal.
I guess we're gonna sign off then.
Yep. Don't forget to watch Metal Tips and Tricks. You can find me. I'm sure Adam, you'll put a link in there.
I'll put a link.
And also, don't forget Jim Bollinger at.
Do Right Fabrication.
Yes. Don't forget to check out his channel. You'll really love what he does also.
Great guy, and he's got some good content.
Yeah. All right. Signing off. Thanks.
See you. So I just want to give a big thanks to my friends Dale and Jim. You guys' collaboration that you did there, fixing the Donaldson Fume extractor, that was great, and it's just really cool. I enjoyed seeing that video, and you guys collaborating with each other. And Dale, thanks for bringing it down here. I'm sorry I never made it back up there to Atlanta to pick the thing up, but I think Dale wanted to come down here and visit anyway, so it was a good opportunity for him to come down to Pensacola and spend the night, and we had a good time out here in the shop, hanging out and talking shop, looking at tools and making trades. And I got me a nice fume extractor for the shop now. So a lot of fun, and that was really cool. So Jim over at Do Right sent something along that he wanted me to have to kind of go along with this whole collaboration thing here. So he wanted me to have a different welding helmet at work. So he sent me this brand new Lincoln welding helmet. It's one of the Viking series, and he says do away with the Radner and get a Lincoln. So this is from him and Lincoln Electric. Well, let's check it out. He says that he customized it for me, and he knows that I'll love it. So let's see what he's got right here. He has customized it with his brand new channel stickers there. Do Right Fabrication. We got one on each side. And that is a nice welding hood right there, man. It's just like the other one that he had given me, the Viking series. He says this one right here, it's got a little bit smaller viewing window on it, but that's just fine. You still have a nice wide area inside there that you can use. And this is a really, really nice helmet right here, and top quality stuff. It did include, let's see, he's got a few more stickers in here for me, so we'll put one up over here on the cabinet along with everybody else. And he sent a little note right here. Let's see what he says in the note. The demo helmet I sent you requires you to decorate it yourself. Included are some sticker sheets to help you get started, and there are some. Lincoln supplies these stickers that you can kind of use on the helmet if you want to. And there's also a bag and a do-rag and some extra lenses for it. So he said he took the liberty of adding some super cool stickers so you can be plug and play. If you decide to remove them, you can get the sticky stuff off with alcohol and a rag. Be advised, your coolness scale will drop a few points if they are removed. Hope you enjoy this helmet at work. See you real soon, Jim. So again, Jim, thank you very much, man. You keep going out of your way to help me out here, but this is going to be put to good use. So we'll put the Radner to the side and kind of retire it, or let the other guys use it there at the shop, and I'll take this to work. And I think I might have to customize it with some extra stickers. We'll put some channel stickers on there, and that's going to be my new welding hood there. So awesome, Jim. Thank you very much. And I hope everybody enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week, okay? All right, guys, it's weekend, and I decided to do some more low country boil. I've already done the shrimp. You've seen me do that before. I just got like 5 pounds of shrimp, some corn and potatoes, already cooked them, but this time I'm gonna do a batch of snow crab legs also. So I got them right here. These are a couple bags that I got from Joe Patty's. They are $10.99 a pound. So this one was around 27, 28 bucks. That one was around 28 bucks. And they are awesome. So we got the Swamp Fire. Not packing so much heat this time because I got some people that eat with me and they can't really handle the heat too well. I'm using just a little bit of the Louisiana boil there with it. So I'm getting ready to put them in. I'm just using the water that I already used for the shrimp. And I just added just a little bit more, not much. So I'm getting ready to throw them in there. And I can't wait because they're going to be delicious. All right, so we got the boil done. There's the snow crab legs. Can't wait to try those. And then there's all the shrimp, corn, and sausage and potatoes.